Bills at
Downtown Brew.
Ballet. Prognostications and various jokes. So grab your beer with some pleasure right in the alley.
We've gone old school like this. A little bit of technical difficulties this morning, but they've got it all figured out on their end.
Of course.
Of course.
I wish I had it.
Yeah, Aaron fell off the horse. The horse dragged him for about 10 miles before he can get back on.
Luckily, I'll fix it.
That's right. We're a bunch of fixers here. One thing that cannot be fixed is the Buffalo Bills.
Defense.
Chip walks away saying that's an under. Thanks, Chip. Do you know what a first down is? I didn't think so. He does. Never mind. You do?
I do know what a first down. I've been practicing football. Okay? I watch every Buffalo Bills game, even though I get very frustrated. I have been watching.
I wish you would fix the defense.
I've been practicing football, he says.
Good luck, John.
You know, last week we made it's how apropos. Last week we made a NASCAR reference to the restrictor plate. Does everyone remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. You know who my favorite NASCAR driver of all time was?
Dick Trickle.
He committed suicide, you know.
Did he?
Yeah, shot himself in the head.
I wonder
Is it
why.
because his name was Dick Trickle?
Hey, it didn't happen any time before that. My favorite driver was Dale Earnhardt.
Why?
He was the he was the man.
Wait,
the Intimidator.
Wait, the old one or the new one?
The old one. Well, I like the kid too, but the OG Dale
The
Earnhardt.
old one. Yeah.
He on the job.
What job?
NASCAR driving.
Oh.
Oh my, yeah. He was the number 3. Oddly enough, that's the same amount of points that the Bills defense gave up in the second half Sunday night.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, easy peasy. Down 21-7 at the half. You give up 3 points whole second half.
Yep.
You should have no problem sucking the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Except for 2 drives. One drive they fumbled. Dalton Kincaid, guy had a hell of a game, and then
It happens.
the freak punch out, whatever. Next drive, scoot right down the field.
Mm-hmm. And then?
Ugliness. Also, the Bills didn't help by letting any tight end who decides to play football do well against them.
Yeah.
That was not fun either.
Yeah, what's that guy's name?
You might not know the rest of the season.
I don't think he had a catch to begin with.
The Bengals, 4 catches the one Bengals tight end had before the game Sunday night, and he had 8 catches and a touchdown. Junk. Yeah, it's go figure. And we keep getting hurt.
Yes. How many more people did we lose?
2. Hyde and Christian Benford are both out tomorrow night.
What about the other guy?
He's questionable.
So we have nobody?
I don't know who the other guy is.
The linebacker.
Oh, he's in concussion protocol, so that's great too. Bernard.
So he's probably out.
Yeah, he's probably out. Yeah, gee whiz.
So where does that leave us?
A quarterback who gets fined for pointing at people.
How much money was that?
$15,000
For pointing.
for pointing.
Totally worth it.
Well,
Yes, I won't disagree with that. No Bengal got fined for the cheap shot on Micah Hyde, which gave him the next stinger, which is out for the game.
He did get a $5,000 fine.
Oh, 5,000.
Yep.
The guy who leg whipped.
The illegal tackle that I immediately said was illegal and nobody believed me.
Right.
But then everybody saw the replay and was like, oh, that
Yeah.
looks very illegal.
He could have broken both their legs.
He got nothing.
He got nothing. And it's, a leg whip is tripping. You can't trip in football. The Bengals defender is pulling the Bills receiver down to the ground from his chest, and just as he's going down, mid-air does some sort of karate kick.
Yep.
And you can't do that. I mean, you watch their legs just go shin-to-shin contact. Ouchie.
I guarantee you there's an egg on their shins that big right now.
Yeah, but not a fine on their pocketbook.
Free. Free eggs.
Yeah, free. Dolphins lay eggs.
Yeah.
They don't. Bengals lay eggs. The Bills lay eggs. That's where we're at. We
Yeah,
finally
there
made it
is.
to that.
All the way around.
Oh, full circle. I can honestly say, after weeks of deliberation, I can honestly ask, is it really Ken Dorsey or is it really Sean McDermott at this point with the Bills offense?
I still believe it's Dorsey.
I think
It's, the game plan is just too simple.
and erratic. They don't stick to what works, obviously.
It's 2-on-2, 2x2 wide receivers on the outsides, and they run the same routes over and over and over again. There's no scheme.
No.
There's no creativity.
Nope.
There's no movement. It's just the same routes over and over, and the same running play over and over and over again.
One thing you can definitely say,
They're not coming for us. Don't worry.
that the Bills' offense lacks, play calling wise, is any amount of finesse.
Or creativity.
There's no finesse and creativity. I feel like when you watch the Bengals or you watch the Ravens or the Chiefs, it feels like you're watching, I don't know, the Fast and the Furious. And when you watch the Bills' offense, you're watching, I don't know, Knights in Rodanthe. Like, it sucks. It's boring.
I was going to say Little House on the Prairie.
But everybody likes Michael Landon.
But it's so basic.
But it worked. That was a horrible analogy after horrible
Yeah,
analogy.
sorry.
No, I apologize, too. Anybody ever seen Knights in Rodanthe?
You took me down the road.
Terrible.
That's where we went.
Road to Perdition?
Yes.
See, even that, I'd be saying it's a boring movie, but it's good.
Sure.
Yeah, the Bills are not even a boring good movie.
Well, they are. They're 5-4.
I know, but they're not. Yeah.
They're boring good.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, they need to
We
win.
don't want boring good.
No. I want, like, massive full aerial attack mode from the last 3 years.
Yes.
And we're not getting it.
No.
And it stinks.
And everybody's hurt.
And frankly, I'm hurt too. They hurt me here. Upper body injury.
I'm also hurt, but I did all the damage to myself.
You have an upper body injury, a lower back injury, wherever your kidneys are. See, this is what happens sometimes. You know, you got a couple friends, you know, you're always going, and like, I had a nice weekend. You know, I came out for a little bit last night, didn't do too much damage, and I feel way too good on a Sunday.
Oh, well.
And how do you feel?
Good for you, you jerk.
That's right. I live to make you feel bad. And am I doing a good job?
Very much so.
Hopefully tomorrow night the Bills don't continue to make us feel bad.
Oh, that's right. It's tomorrow.
Yeah, it's Monday Night Football. Yeah.
Who are we playing?
The stinky Denver Broncos.
Oh, that's right.
But can we really say that if we stink too?
Nope.
Yeah, you can.
Sure. The poopy Denver Broncos? I don't know. I don't know what they are.
What jerseys are they going to wear?
Probably something ugly. What? No. They come out in hockey pads. Boy, they're really got to throw the Bills off in Buffalo tonight. Russell Wilson has a stick.
Safety's got goalie pads.
Yeah, safety's got, yeah, exactly. He throws his stick and his blocker pad up at the ball. We can only hope something cool like that would happen, because something cool's got to happen.
Yeah.
Or else we're in trouble trouble.
If we don't stomp them,
Right.
I'm worried.
And B, you
2, if we lose the game, that's it. That's the season.
gonna pick another team?
No, I'll still watch it. But,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, as far as they go.
but they're done.
If you had to pick another team, who would it be? Just for, and you don't have to root for them, you don't have to buy their shirts and whatnot. But if you're like, I'm gonna watch this team this year.
Yeah, that would never happen.
No? You wouldn't pick another one?
The Sabres.
Same sport.
Nope.
Not like the Lions. Be like,
Nope.
go Lions, go.
Nope. You're not making me do this.
I'm not making you do anything. I'm asking you.
And I'm telling you I'm not doing it.
All right. But what if I gave you $1 million
Well, I would probably just move to an island.
and root for the Bills? Well, there you have it, folks. Aaron cannot be bought.
Nope.
With any $50 million, $100
Nope.
million,
Nope.
$200 million,
Nope.
$1 billion.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Okay, give me a team.
Show me the check.
Wait a second. He won't tell me till I hand it over. The memo says team only.
I guess maybe the Eagles.
There you have it. He picked a crappy team. Anyway, let's find out about the Bills' poopy appointment tomorrow night against their poopy opponent, the Denver Broncos. It's time for Jives with Shiver. Move this a little bit.
Double A, that had to be the most painful sounding introduction I've ever had.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Hi, James.
Greetings. Ready to talk some Broncos?
Oh, if we have
I
to.
woke up
We
thinking
have
about
to.
that.
We are going to start off with Peyton Manning.
Why?
Well, this is weird.
I'll tell you why. His last game for Denver was Super Bowl 50. After the 2015 season, Broncos beat Carolina 24-10, giving the franchise their third Super Bowl win. He left. There have been 7 full seasons played since then. Denver has had a losing season 6 of those 7 years, no playoff appearances.
Trevor Siemian.
Trevor Siemian, Case Keenum,
Oh, yeah,
Joe
name it,
Flacco.
yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah, Joe Flacco?
Yep. In an effort to change their fortunes, Broncos management this January hired Sean Payton as their new head coach. Sean Payton made his name with the stellar coaching career with the Saints. 15 years in New Orleans, Payton took the Saints to the NFC South division title 7 times, 9 times in the playoffs, and a Super Bowl victory.
Ooh, that's good.
It's a pretty fun
That ain't
Super
too
Bowl
bad.
at that, too.
Yeah, it was the one against the Colts, I believe.
Indeed. Onside kick.
Yep.
Peyton Manning?
Indeed.
Indeed.
Drew Brees.
See, it all comes around.
circle.
Yep.
Yeah. So this season, expectations were a little bit higher for Denver. They started off, though, 0-2. First losing to the Raiders by 1 point, 17-16. Then lost to Washington, 35-33, where the Broncos could not convert a 2-point attempt on the last play of the game.
Wow.
So that was 2 home losses to start the season by a combined 3 points.
Oh.
Then came week 3 in Miami.
What happened then?
Broncos were absolutely annihilated by the Dolphins, 70-20.
They should have gotten relegated right then.
Down to like, you know,
the CFL.
Yeah. Should have brought up like the Ottawa Rough Riders or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
How many
Saskatchewan.
was that all touchdowns?
Yes, it was.
10 touchdowns?
Yep.
Wow.
All right, we talked about
That was
that
a fun
game.
Did I watch that game?
I don't think it was on.
Well, why?
It was on during
So
the
you had to
Bills
watch
game.
the Bills.
Oh, that's why.
For $1 billion, Aaron. It's not Miami. You can't pick Miami.
All right, we talked about that game quite a bit prior to the Bills playing Miami in Week 4, but just to review, only the 3rd time in league history that an NFL team scored 70 points.
Third? Is that what we said? Third?
3rd time.
I wonder who were the other two?
The other one, I believe, was like the Giants in the 70s, and then somebody like way back in the 30s or 40s.
So it was the first time, like, in modern history.
Basically, yeah.
Wow.
Second time in the Super Bowl era.
Wow.
Week 4, the Broncos broke through to the winning column with a win over the Bears. A loss to the Jets in Week 5 left them at 1-4. However, they have won 2 of their last 3 to bring them into tomorrow night's game at 3-5. Still last place in the AFC West, but only by a half game to the 4-5 Raiders. Their last game was Week 8. The Broncos finally beat Kansas City after previously losing 16 straight to the Chiefs.
That's insane. What
16
team
straight.
loses 16 straight to a division opponent?
That could be a team in the 70s against the Dolphins, maybe.
Yeah, or a team, so the Bills have done it twice. Good job, guys.
Now, the Broncos, with winning 2 of their last 3, have been doing it with improved defensive play. First 5 games, Broncos had a total of 181 points scored against them. That's an average over 36 points per game. Even if we throw out the 70 points allowed versus Miami, they still allowed an average of 27 points per game. Last 3, they've only allowed 45 points. Do the math, that's an average of 15 points per game. After losing in the year to the Raiders and Commanders and allowing the Jets to score 31 points, their last 3 games, 2 of those games were against the reigning Super Bowl champions, Kansas City.
Yep.
In those 2 games, the Chiefs could only manage 1 touchdown versus the Denver D. Week 6, Kansas City beat the Broncos 19-8. They got a touchdown there. The last game that they played, Chiefs could only manage 3 field goals in Week 8 as Denver won 24-9.
Yeah, both those games were ugly.
Ugly games.
Defensive,
Yeah, because in that last game, Denver's D forced the Chiefs' offense into 5 turnovers.
Wow.
Now, keeping it in perspective, we should note that Kansas City's offense isn't scoring at the same clip as they have in previous years. Last year, through 9 games, they averaged 30 points per game. This year, through 9, 23. But against Denver in Week 8, the first time since a 27-3 loss in Tennessee in Week 7 of the 21 season that the Chiefs did not score a touchdown.
None of it seems to matter come January, unfortunately.
No, it doesn't. Statistically, even with their improved play, the Denver D is in the lower third of the league. But you got to expect that when you give up 70 points and 726 yards against in 1 game.
Takes a while to get that average back.
Yeah,
down.
get skewed back out. Know who isn't the reason for Denver's success the last 3 games?
Russell Wilson.
Ding, 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 ding. Denver acquired Wilson before the 22 season as they traded 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, a 5th-round pick, quarterback Drew Lock, and 2 other players to Seattle for Wilson and a 5th-round pick.
And a bowl of soup while you're at it.
In his career with Seattle, Wilson was a 9-time Pro Bowl quarterback and a Super Bowl champion, probably well on his way to the Hall of Fame.
Ooh, bold.
Yeah, based on
Like
that.
soup.
How has it worked out in Denver? Not too good.
No.
He has started 23 games for Denver. In those games, Denver is 7-16. Last year, Wilson posted career lows in completion percentage and passing touchdowns, and he had his second highest amounts of interception in 1 year. He did lead the league in one category. It's not a good one, though.
Uh-oh.
As he was sacked a league high 55 times last season.
Wilson was?
Yes.
Wow. He just never seemed to him be a guy that would be even close to that number.
He was always, in Seattle, viewed as more of a mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
But I will say this year he has posted better stats compared to last year. Last year for the season, Wilson had a total of 16 touchdown passes and 11 interceptions. This year, through 8 games, he has matched those 16 touchdown passes. But still, the Denver passing game sits at 27th in the league. Now, just kind of go off on a side little tangent here. I mentioned Wilson in Seattle could have been a Hall of Famer. Your thoughts? Yes, no?
No.
No on both?
I'd say resume just
9-time
no.
Pro Bowl,
I think
Super Bowl champion.
I think the Hall of Fame is inflated right now as it is, and it keeps getting worse as far as the talent that they let in there. I don't think those
My
are.
judgment for Hall of Fame is if you have to ask the question, is this person a Hall of Famer? They're not a Hall of Famer.
You heard it first here.
All right. Double A, okay, like yours, but you're saying that it's inflated,
Yeah, I think it's
What
too
it
easy
is.
to get in.
and that's why I'm saying he would be
He'd
in.
probably be in. Yeah, I get what you're saying there. I would not put him in the Billy Hall of Fame. If you're asking about that.
Like when you think about Peyton Manning or Tom Brady, you don't ever have to ask the question,
No, you do not.
is this person going to be a Hall of Famer?
But look at some of the people that have been getting in recently, though.
That's what I mean, yeah. Once again, not in the Double A Hall of Fame either.
Nope.
All right.
Also, I take back my Eagles comment.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't enough money.
For $2 billion in Double A's Hall of Soup, the Eagles.
But anyways, getting back to Denver. Elsewhere on the offense, you don't hear too much, if anything, about their rushing attack. Very quietly, they're 11th in the league. That's, not earth-shattering, but still, it's up there.
Who's the
upper
running back?
third. Javonte Williams.
Terrell Davis.
They rush for an average of over 116 yards per game, but they've only had one rushing TD all season.
Wow. So they'll have 3 tomorrow night. Just the way it seems to freaking go, man.
Now, Denver is coming off their bye last week. More often than not, works in the Broncos' favor. All time following the bye week, they are 15-5. Last year, bye week did them no favors. Just like this year, Denver was coming off bye at 3-5. They proceeded to lose their next 5 straight.
Oh. Okay.
Ooh, excuse me.
They do come into this week healthy, no real injuries listed.
We'll trade them some injuries.
Yeah.
You guys, you don't have any? We'll
We've
give you a
got
couple.
plenty.
Yeah.
Last time Bills and Broncos played, it didn't go well for Denver, as at home the Broncos were beaten by Buffalo 48-19.
Ooh, let's do that.
Yeah. That was a Saturday game. That was
Yes.
fun.
Buffalo's won the last 3 in the series and 5 of the last 6. Buffalo leads all time 23-16-1. The only tie coming in an instant classic on November 27th, 1960.
Oh, God, the first year for the teams.
The Bills had a 38-7 lead going into the third quarter. The Broncos staged a furious comeback. They had 3 consecutive touchdown passes from Frank Tripucka to Lionel Taylor, a Don Allen rushing TD, then a field goal at the gun, 31 unanswered points to make the score final 38-38.
It was ever thus.
I have a feeling Josh watched that game.
He probably did. He probably predicted it, too.
Yep.
Didn't the Bills, wasn't the Broncos in the playoffs, wasn't that the 3 touchdowns in 94 seconds for the Bills, or maybe shorter than that? The
I
blocked
don't think it
field
was in the
goal?
playoffs. I think it was a Monday night game. I think it was like one of Cornelius Bennett's first games there.
Well, it was definitely him. He had the
Yeah.
blocked touchdown or the blocked field goal for. They scored 21 points in like 38 seconds or something wild.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a Monday night game, but not playoffs.
Yeah.
But that's all I got for the Broncos.
Hey, thanks, Jimmer.
You're welcome.
Jimmer, I regret to inform you, you answered almost all of the questions that I was going
Hey,
to
what do you
ask.
got?
Okay, first down, Russell Wilson. We all know he went to school at this college.
Started off at NC State and then ended up at
He's
Wisconsin.
a man.
I was going to say, but I bet you he's got both.
Yeah, because I just started with Wisconsin, but NC State, yep. So, the Broncos, you mentioned, have won how many Super Bowls?
They have won 3.
Would you be surprised at the number of conference championships that they have won?
5?
Higher.
7?
8. The Broncos have 8 conference championships.
So they've been in the Super Bowl 8 times total?
This is what Wikipedia said.
I
We
would dispute that one.
2 with Elway,
Right?
1 with Manning. Well, 2 that Elway won.
Yeah.
They lost another. Elway
Elway
lost
did.
another 2, right?
Okay, and then they lost to Dallas in the 70s.
So that's 6. And then 8.
Oh, okay. 6 and then 8.
I don't think I can think of 2 more.
No, neither can I. I don't know. I could be wrong, but it said 8 conference championships.
Well, Wikipedia is never wrong, as we know.
I don't know if
is it they've been to 8, maybe?
that's what we're saying. But I don't know that.
Oh, I thought you said they won 8.
No. They have 8 conference championships, so which means they've been to 8 title games.
Okay, I thought you meant they won
won
8
8.
conference
Yeah,
championships.
that's what I thought.
No. They've been
See,
to
both
8.
of us thought that.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
They've been to 8 AFC title games.
That I believe.
Okay.
Third down. Since you were just passing with flying colors here. This quarterback was the first NFL/AFL quarterback to throw for 3,000 yards in a season. Hint, you've already said his name, and it's not Peyton Manning.
Frank Tripucka.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. He was pretty awesome.
He was their quarterback, I'm going to say, for the first 8 or 9 years.
He had his number retired, and then he was still alive when Manning came in with number 18. So he gave it to Manning on loan and took his number out of retirement just for Manning to use, and it's since been re-retired. So there's a pretty neat little tidbit there.
A little factoid.
All right, 4th down.
Yep.
The Broncos currently play in blank stadium.
Empower Stadium at Mile High or something like that.
And then before that, they played at blank stadium.
Mile High Stadium.
And before that, for 1 year, the inaugural season, they played at blank stadium.
The Rock Pile in Buffalo.
Hilltop Stadium.
Ooh, that was pretty close.
Yeah. Hills and rocks.
Rock
Yeah, they're
Pile?
close.
They're close. A pile, a hill.
Yeah, you're a pile.
I am today.
I was talking to Jim, but you take the cake. Anyway, Jim, once again, scores multiple touchdowns against Aaron and I. So once again, a team that's inept on offense and has a kind of leaky defense will probably blow the Bills apart tomorrow night. Seems to be anytime, we fall into a trap, I don't know, play up the good teams down to bad teams. Mm-hmm. That's what the bad teams do.
But they have healthy people.
We're going to trade them injuries before the game.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Trade them hockey uniforms for hockey pads for injuries.
Sticks and pads.
Sticks and pads. Speaking of sticks and pads,
Ooh.
yeah, it's time for Q&A with Double A.
Hey!
Double A, are you ready to play with Double A? Okay, here's Double A.
You are so purely in the sun right now. It is awesome.
Oh, my God, I'm burnt. And I'm not talking about skin.
Nothing's worse than laying on the beach with a healthy hangover.
So I kind of forgot we were doing the show.
You said that last week.
Yeah, but this time I actually forgot.
Okay.
Okay.
Pay cut. Yeah, pay cut.
Oh, wait. No, I did.
You owe us money now.
I did wake up and jot some things down.
Smelled the coffee and
Dirty laundry? Little Don
Don
Henley?
Henley.
All right.
All right.
Hey, there you go. You're a
All
liar.
right.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so last night at 12:30,
Oh, boy.
Todd McAfee said, I can do 25 push-ups.
Okay. He said Todd can do 25 push-ups.
Todd can do 25. I think I could probably do 10.
Okay.
How many do you think you can do? And would you be willing to prove it on the show?
How many do I see? I'd almost want to lowball you. Tell you I think I can do 8.
Can you do more than Todd?
Yes.
Yes.
Are either of you willing to prove it on the show?
Over 25?
Yes.
I'll do it.
Yes.
At the same time?
Jim,
I'll do it with you.
All right.
We just got to do 26, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Now?
Yep.
All right. Are we going at the same time, Jim?
Yeah.
Want something to put your hands on?
You want to do the...
We gotta make sure you're in your camera.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to do some push-ups
Set
now.
yourself up in the shop there.
There you go. There you go. Here. All right.
That's what friends are for.
Watch out, Aaron. I'm going to do this so we can do this on the show.
All right, I'll get over here.
Are you going to count?
Yep.
Okay. Now, are we talking like full
They have to
extension?
be real ones.
Chest to
Yep,
the ground.
Real ones.
Okay.
All right.
I know Jim can do them. Ready?
All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Well, you guys
Keep
made it.
counting.
Very good.
You just
Oh,
gotta
I'll
do better
keep
than
going.
Todd.
Yeah, that's all.
All right.
I'm very impressed, gentlemen.
Uh-oh.
Did you break something? How many you at? Like 50?
26. Jim went faster.
Oh,
than me.
Jim was doing faster. All right, I see.
Now listen, I know Jim's.
Bravo, fellas, bravo.
Well done, guys.
I know Jimmer's rowing acumen.
Yes.
So I was going to say Jimmer's going to do like 80.
Right. So now we
I don't
just
even have a rowing acumen.
Well, that's how I know it.
we just need to get Todd here to prove that he can actually do the 25.
Well, let's wait.
Uh,
I'm gonna ask them if they think he can, or
I
the vote is.
Do I think Todd can get down and do 25
25
of those?
just like that.
I'm going to go yes.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah. 25, that's an easy number to.
I don't think I could do 25.
You could do.
No.
I don't think Todd can do 20.
Ooh. Shots
Todd.
called. There it is.
Come on, Todd.
I got faith in you, man.
Not that he's ever going to watch the show, but, you know, we'll tell him about it later.
I need another cigarette.
All right. Now that we got the shenanigans over, let's do something important.
More
Jumping
sit-ups.
jacks, sit-ups, pull-ups.
Lunges.
All right. Who is your biggest surprise of the season?
In the NFL.
Yes.
Who? Player?
What other sport will we be talking about?
Hockey.
CJ Stroud, Houston quarterback.
Yes?
I expected him kind of flounder a little bit, rookie growing pains, but he's been lights out.
Biggest surprise.
Biggest surprise.
Biggest surprise.
Catch your breath. There you go.
Just a remembrance, do not make them do exercises before asking questions.
I'm gonna go the opposite. I'm gonna say the biggest surprise, and I don't care that they only have one loss. The biggest surprise to me is the fact that the Chiefs are almost winning in spite of Patrick Mahomes turning into a turnover machine.
Oh, yeah.
That to me, he's never been, I don't want to say careless with the football, but he's
think-
never turned it over.
Do you think that's because he doesn't have any wide receivers?
Yeah, that's a factor.
Yeah, it could help.
I mean, the best wide receiver is Tony, and he's terrible.
Yeah, and it seems like teams are getting to him a little more frequently. Like he still can escape from anything, but he's a little more rushing to get away from it because he doesn't have the guys that he can just dump it out to.
Who is your biggest disappointment?
Aaron Rodgers.
The New York Jets offense. Flat out.
Wow, you guys both kind of went in the same direction on that one.
Can't really call Aaron Rodgers a disappointment because that was beyond his control.
Or was it?
Cha-chung.
Who has the best defense?
Baltimore.
Baltimore is pretty good on the defensive side of football.
Yeah, that's where you're going to go?
Baltimore or Cleveland, one of the two.
Oh, Cleveland. Yeah, Cleveland. Browns.
And I will elaborate
What
on
about
that
the
a little
Jets?
bit. Jets are definitely up there, but I wouldn't put them as the best.
I mean, they're winning games because of them.
Oh, exactly.
All right, who has the best offense?
Miami.
Yeah, it's got to be Miami.
Even after the last 2 weeks?
Yep.
Love
If we're
averages.
looking at the season as a whole,
Yeah.
I'm going Miami.
Okay. Who do you think is the best quarterback of the year? Not the best quarterback in the league, but having the best year.
Yeah, see, I would say give me the last 3 or 4 games. I'm just going to tell you Burrow. But so far
Sticking
this
with
season,
it, I got to go Tua. If we're saying the Miami's the best offense of the year, I'll go with Tua.
I'll go with Lamar.
Yeah,
I like that
Yeah,
one.
I
Put
think
him up there as
Lamar
well.
Lamar's Lamar.
Is there a running back that's having a great year that you would like to call out?
The kid from Detroit.
Gibbs?
Yeah, when he gets going, Bijan's having a good year.
Well, no surprise, Christian McCaffrey. That's
Yeah,
what I'll say.
CMC. If he doesn't turn the ball over,
That's a trade I wish we had made.
he's good.
I would have
was
loved to
rumor
have
of
seen
that.
that in our offense. Who's doing the best coaching job so far this year?
The guy from the Texans. That's what I'm going with. Or right now, maybe O'Connell in Minnesota.
What about
Dan
Tomlin?
Campbell.
Dan Campbell, Tomlin.
I mean,
The Steelers are the Steelers.
The Steelers are one of the worst teams to watch football right now, but
They're 5
they
and 3.
keep winning.
Yeah.
Is there a uniform, like one of the throwbacks or one of the current alterations that you really, really love?
I don't know about full uniform, but the Lions blue helmet. I think that's really sharp.
Indy's black uniform, I thought was. I didn't
That's
think
pretty
I'd
cool.
like it, and
Yeah.
I thought that was. It was very well done. It wasn't gaudy. It looked very sharp. Anything that looks sharp usually gets a win from me.
Sure. Who is your favorite analyst right now?
Favorite analyst.
That could be in studio or in game.
I have to. I'm not. Maybe he's not my favorite right now, but the most surprising one to me, I guess, isn't answering the question. Is as bland and horrible as Thursday night football can be. Herb Street has only ever been a college guy, and as the season has gone on, especially this year, I think he's gotten better and better at being the analyst for the NFL.
Okay.
If you're going to say your favorite, it
Yep.
could be studio.
Yep.
I'm going to say it's a 4-way tie between Muleis and Savali Trzynski.
Yeah.
Well done, Jim.
Sucker.
What is the perfect temperature for a football game?
Low 60s, like 62, 63.
Ooh. Wait, to watch or be at?
I'm leaving it open-ended.
I like watching them when it's about 40. I like being at them when it's about 68.
Yeah. Nice. What is a travel destination that you would never, ever go to?
Whatever island you buy. Never ever go to?
I have no desire to go to like Arizona. The whole desert thing
Yeah.
doesn't really appeal to me.
I'd like to see the what's it called?
Desert?
No.
Canyon?
No. Well, over there, like what's is it Arizona? The Valley of the Monuments, Monument Valley. Valley of the Monuments. You know where the all of a sudden there's just the big rock formations out of nowhere.
Yeah, not my cup of
I
tea.
think like worldwide, I don't think I'd ever go to Eastern Europe, like I don't know, like Belgrade or somewhere like that. They see on TV
On the Russian
Yeah,
border?
no, I'm not going there.
Okay.
Least desirable.
What is the weirdest beer you've had at Downtown Brew?
Ooh,
Ooh, the weirdest.
weirdest? I don't really drink. I'm not really sure.
This guy who was yelling in England, I'll drink anything.
And I did.
Wow.
Weirdest? I don't know.
Had some type of bottled stuff that she was trying to get rid of one night where you all agreed it was something that was probably served like in Russian tenements or something.
Oh, wait, the wine stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
It
was
was not necessarily beer, but it was
No.
god awful.
Yeah, it was bad.
Awesome. I have one joke for you.
Fire away.
This whole show?
It's not very good, but I'm gonna give it to you. How does Darth Vader eat his half-moon cookies? On the dark side. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
yeah.
you. All right, let's see it.
That was pretty bad. While we have a lull, we'd like to give a shout out to Christian and Patrick, the Inside the Numbers Fantasy Football Podcast from Austria. We met them when we were in line at the Bills Backers Bar in London last month.
Oh, those were great guys.
Really great guys, super into football, super excited about they were going to the Bills game.
Bought us a Jaeger.
Bought us
They
Jaeger.
bought us multiple Jaegers.
Yes, very into football. They watched the show last week. So if you guys are watching again, sorry for the huge disappointment that the Bills have been lately. Sorry for the disappointment that we always are.
Yes, this show.
Actually, no, it's unapologetic.
Yeah.
Screw it. You get what you get.
Yep.
It's time for quick picks.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for quick picks.
He is good. Folks. This is why we pay him nothing. Starting off.
Also, that song was pretty good.
The song's okay.
I like that one.
I got through half a beer, so I finally like music.
half of the other half of the beer, you go back to hating music.
Yes.
Except it's you too. Green Bay at the Steelers?
Yes, the Steelers are giving 3. Green Bay has not won in Pittsburgh since 1970. Steelers 3-0 straight up and against the spread versus teams with losing records this year. I'm going Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's crazy.
God. I don't know if either of these teams are any good at all.
But
One of them has to win.
Yes.
indeed.
Unless you call.
It's a tie.
You think
right.
you have all the authority to call a tie because you're sitting in that chair?
I do.
Josh, is it a tie?
You're welcome, Josh.
All right. He calls tie. I call Steelers at home, but it probably won't be that way. Who freaking knows? This has written all over it for both teams. And they're good teams, allegedly. San Francisco at Jacksonville.
Jacksonville getting 3. Both teams coming off a bye. Jacksonville this season is 4-0 versus teams with a winning record. They're also on a 5-game winning streak, longest winning streak in the league. All of those wins in different stadiums.
Wow.
San Francisco is
And countries.
only 2 different countries.
Wow.
San Francisco on a 3-game losing streak. I don't see San Francisco losing 4, so I'm going San Fran.
Well, they have Purdy back, right?
Yes.
I think with Purdy back, you see them come back into a good rhythm.
Relevance.
Yep.
Wait, they had Purdy for the last game they lost.
Yeah, I think they did as well.
Yeah.
I thought he was hurt.
He
for
played with a concussion, basically.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
the second half, he was
Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying.
He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, they should have probably taken him out of the game.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yes.
he was
hurt.
yes. So let's go San Francisco.
I'm going to go San Fran as well. I don't see that team with that talent losing 4 games in a row.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I do know that the next game we will call is Cleveland at Baltimore.
All right, we were talking about the defenses earlier. Well, first of all, Baltimore is giving 6.5.
Wow.
Cleveland's D has allowed the least yards against and has allowed the second least points against. Baltimore's D has allowed the third least yards against and has allowed the least amounts of points against. Deciding factor, Baltimore is 4-1 against the spread this season versus teams with a winning record. Give me the Ravens.
Is this score going to be like 6-3?
Watch it be like 35.
38. 38,
Complete
90.
opposite. Is it P.J. Walker or is it
Deshaun Watson
Deshaun
is playing.
today?
Yeah, he's
So, look,
Look.
back. We're looking.
Baltimore has the better offense,
Yes.
but
But
they will win.
Okay.
and they will win. I'm going to go with Baltimore too. They're hot.
You know what? I might not know how to use the butt.
I know how to use
go.
the butt. Used the butt earlier. No at Min.
Min is getting 3 points. After joining the team the previous Tuesday in a trade from Arizona, quarterback Joshua Dobbs came off the bench last week to lead the Vikings to a come-from-behind win versus Atlanta. Dobbs became the first player in NFL history to score 3 touchdowns in a game in consecutive weeks for different teams.
Wow.
That's a cool stat.
Hell yeah.
Well done, Jim.
Thank you. Minnesota is on a 4-0 against the spread streak. I'm going Minnesota.
No.
Okay. I'm also going no.
I'm going in.
Minnesota, and I just said nice things about their coach. There's no way that happens. He didn't know his receivers' names, any of that stuff. That's a freak thing.
It was a perfect storm of the offensive coordinator was calling the plays in his helmet as he's getting to the line and describing what he needs to do, telling him exactly where he needs to throw. This week, that's not going to be happening. Like, he's calling plays, and then he's got to do it on his own. And the team that's playing against him is game planning against him.
Right.
Like, there's
Yeah, right.
no way.
Right. That's a good point, too. Yeah, no. Houston at the Bengals.
Bengals are giving 5.5. Jamar Chase, game time decision with a back injury. Last week, Houston quarterback C.J. Stroud, 5 touchdown passes and set the NFL single-game record for rookie quarterbacks.
Cool.
By throwing for 470 yards versus the Bucs. Houston, last 10 games as an underdog, are 8-2 against the spread. Ooh. But I'm still going Cincinnati in a close one.
I think the other wide receivers hurt too.
T. Higgins.
Yes, he's out. So you've got your top 2 wide receivers are out.
They got a lot of tight ends, we know.
Plus,
Yeah.
it's at Cincinnati, so I'm going with the home field.
Yeah. He would.
Yes, I would.
No, I'm going Cincinnati, but I want Houston to just house them.
I am choosing chaos. Go Texans, go.
All right.
Titans at Buccaneers.
Buccaneers giving 2.5. Buccaneers 1-3 at home this season. Tennessee 0-4 on the road, so something's got to give there. Going back to 1995, the past 8 times the Bucs and Titans have played, the Titans are 7-0-1 against the spread. Tampa Bay's lost 5 in a row. I'm going to say they break their losing streak.
Okay. It's like,
I think Henry has a day, like 160 yards rushing, but somehow Baker pulls it out. Tampa Bay.
yeah, Tampa probably should have won that game last week against Houston. They're not very good. Not awful either. They're at home, maybe. Go Bucks. Detroit at L.A.
Chargers are getting 3. Since Dan Campbell became head coach of the Lions, they are 16-3 against the spread in games played in November or later. I'm going with the Lions.
Wow.
I never pick LA.
Okay, so it's across the board, Detroit?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll go Detroit. The hell, why not?
Why not?
Plus, we don't want the Chargers being ever close to a tiebreaker when we're fighting for the last wildcard seat.
Yes.
Atlanta at Arizona. Do we even bother?
Well, Kyler Murray returns from injury as Arizona's quarterback. To kind of tie in what you stated, raise your hand if you care. Arizona's on the league's current longest losing streak at 6 games. Atlanta 0-5, past 5 against the spread as a favorite. I don't care. Give me Arizona. Why not?
Atlanta is disgusting. They have some of the most talented.
Oh, Pitts, Bijan, yeah.
They have some of the most talented outside people, and they're not using any of them.
Sounds familiar.
Like, what are you even doing? F off.
Oh, my
Whoa,
goodness.
we got an F
this
off.
is a family show.
Wow.
And also, I don't care.
Okay. Picking one or no? Okay. Atlanta. Pick Aaron for a tie.
Sure.
Atlanta just because whatever Jim was going to say, I was going to go the other way.
Good enough.
Yep. In a what could be repeat of the ugliest game of the year so far, Miami-Denver being an aside, because at least Denver scored 20 points. Giants at Cowboys.
Our biggest spread of the day, Cowboys giving 17.5.
Jesus.
Dallas quarterback Dak Prescott has won his last 11 starts versus the Giants. Dallas lost last week to Philadelphia. Since 21, the Cowboys are 10-1 straight up following the week after a loss. If you have any Cowboys on your fantasy team, play them today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giants are trash.
Cowboys across the board.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Dallas. I'll curse the Cowboys. They might win by 60. Screw it. Commanders at Seahawks. Boy, what a bummer Seattle was last week against Baltimore.
Yeah, that's-
it's a letdown.
Seahawks giving 6 to the Commanders. The Geno Smith, I remember from his days with the Jets, has reappeared. As in the past 4 games, he has lost 2 fumbles and thrown 6
Hey,
interceptions.
caramba.
Washington is 4-0 against the spread as a road underdog this season, but I'm still going Seattle at home.
Yeah, they beat New England last week. Like, eh.
Oh, my God, did New England look bad today?
Oofa.
Woofa.
Yeah, we lost to them. Don't forget that.
Believe me, I know. Oh, I'm picking something. Howell. Sam Howell will win the game with a rushing touchdown around
right.
the left-hand side.
Ooh, I like the specifics on that.
All right. Tonight's action, if you feel so inclined, the Heidi Bowl. Do you know what the Heidi Bowl is?
Why, yes, I do.
Thank you, because I was informed about what the Heidi Bowl was Friday, and I'd never heard of it in my
It
life.
was a game in, I want to say, 68 or so.
Yes.
The Jets had a double-digit lead. I want to say like 13 points or so. And the NBC Network switched from the game to the movie Heidi. And in the last minute and a half, the Raiders scored 2 touchdowns to win.
Yeah. And it's forever known as the Heidi Bowl because nobody could watch the end of the game.
And that was the last game ever that they cut away for network TV then.
Right.
From here on out, they always play.
Was it a good movie?
You ever
about
seen
some-
Heidi?
No.
Shirley Temple?
Yeah, some little girl in the Alps or something like
Yeah,
that.
in the Alps.
That sounds exactly like something I would watch.
Jets at Vegas Raiders.
Raiders are getting one. After firing Josh McDaniels, Las Vegas had their best game of the season last week, beating the Giants 30-6. Jets have only 8 touchdowns scored by their offense this season, fewest in the league. More on that next
Once
week.
again, we lost to them. Don't forget about this.
Believe me, I know.
After last week, can the Jets offense be that bad again? Probably. But,
No.
but I'm going the Jets.
Okay.
How have the Jets not brought anybody in to replace this
They brought
Weak-
Trevor Simeon in, but he's still on the practice
human
squad.
being that is not an NFL quarterback?
You beat the Bills.
He's terrible.
Oh my God.
Beat the Bills.
But anyways, the Jets win.
Okay. I am going, obviously, with the Raiders because, once again, they get rid of a so-so coach, whether it was, not even so, McDaniels is worse than so-so. But then they just rally around. They're like, it's always the coach's problem in a Davis-owned team. So they bring in some schmuck off the street, the team rallies around them, and they win. So
That's what they did last week.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to do it again.
And then they won't hire him, and they'll hire
Somebody
shiny,
else. Some
other schmuck.
shiny object.
Yep.
Yeah.
They should have hired the interim guy from 2 years ago.
yes.
Yep. Blech. All right. Tomorrow night, there's a rumor that there is a football game to be played by the Denver Hockey Sticks and the Buffalo Bills.
And the rumored game has Buffalo giving 7 points. Earlier in the season, Miami beat Denver by 50. Bills beat Miami by 28. So naturally, you think it should be Bills by 78. But
Naturally.
Yeah.
Bills are on an 0-5 against the spread streak, which is the longest against the spread losing streak in the league right now. Buffalo at home, I'm saying they do it, but it's going to be, I'm going Buffalo 23, Denver 20.
Whoa.
Sorry, I fell asleep.
That's all right. You had a rough night, man.
Woo. Wait, what are we talking about? Oh, right. The Monday game. Yes. So it's beautiful weather tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Is there going to be rain?
I don't
Nope.
believe so. I think it might
Is
be a
there
little
gonna be
windy.
wind?
It might be a little windy.
Little wind? Well,
Well.
I think we win.
Okay.
And I think we win handily.
Okay.
And what is your handily score?
42
Wow.
to 17. No, they're going to give up more points than that. 42
18.
to 39.
Wow. Shootout.
No,
No, it's just bad.
no, they've got a good D. It's going to be closer than that.
41 to 39?
41 39.
All right.
But
But
I don't know. I don't know how to use the but.
No buts.
back to Brian Dable versus Ken Dorsey. Not that they ever fight in a
Wait, did we?
far as we know.
We started there.
I am.
Oh,
They will fight in the
how
cage
long did I
match.
fall asleep
A
for?
long time.
You're right, man.
Yeah. Moon Bills. Their first what's 7 plus 8?
15.
All right. In their first 25 games as offensive coordinator for a Josh Allen-led team, only when Josh Allen starts, both are 18-7. Dorsey has statistically better offensive rank numbers through 25 games than Dable did. That was a rookie year as well, though. One thing we have to kind of lean with that a little bit. Get better at play calling. Josh Allen, a career best, more than any other quarterback, an 808 winning percentage coming off of a loss, which is the best that I forget what the number is. Minimum 20? I don't know. Better than Joe Montana, better than Tom Brady. Granted, they played a lot more games, but he doesn't lose back-to-back very often. So it ain't going to happen again tomorrow night. Bills, 42, Broncos, 39.
Oh,
Whoa.
I've heard that number before.
Well, I feel like this is the Price is Right. Don't forget to
Like
spare
$1
neuter your
more?
pets.
Yeah, don't go over.
No, I went over.
All right, awesome.
I just hope they win. I'm down to that. Like, it's kind of like the Tampa Bay game. Like,
We-
beat the inferior opponent.
We have to win.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if we don't win, we're done.
$2 billion.
An island,
Okay.
and I'm still rooting for the Bills. Go Bills.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
All right.
You can have those. It's a memento. Go Bill.